just how grateful I was for his time. And he said, I want to do more. He goes, I want the whole state of Oklahoma, I want the whole country to know how hard my guys work, and I want to see great crowds out here. So incredibly exciting as we get set for 165. Brendan Howes out of North Dakota State by way of Ramsey, Minnesota, against Cael Carlson, the redshirt senior.
And Cael Carlson has one speed, and that's fast forward. He just goes forward. His best move is tough. That's what he is, a tough kid.
Well, I like that. His best move is tough. Two-time Minnesota State high school wrestling champion, four-time Minnesota State finalist. The 2 years he didn't win the state championship for Cael Carlson, he finished runner-up.
That's exactly right. And wrestling's in his blood. His dad and his uncle wrestled from Minnesota. He's got cousin Clay at South Dakota State. And he's got a couple of brothers that wrestled as well. So wrestling is in his blood.
Carlson, the redshirt senior, transferred from Minnesota, won in a majority decision in the season opener against Central Michigan, beating Tracy Hubbard 11-3. And then here against Little Rock on Friday night, he beat Brandon Abandon 13-8 in what was a tight match.
Now, he's not the slickest of wrestlers, but he is tough and he wrestles hard. Of course, he comes by that hard work. Honestly, he is a third-generation farmer. Coach Kish calls him our dairy farmer, and that farmer is one of the best in the country.
I mean, if they're...
That was just opportunistic right there. Look at that. Oh.
They're waving off anything.
Yep. He's doing the right thing, though. Get height, limp that arm out. I'll tell you, Mr. Howe doesn't give up anything easily, though.
Wrestled at 165 and 174 during his redshirt season last year. There's the three-point takedown for Carlson. How's that is? Well, it was 10-8 last year.
Brendan Howe better be willing to wrestle a long match because Carlson's just going to keep on coming.
Mentioned 165 and 174 for Howes last year. He was 6-4 at 165 and 4-4 at 174. That's got to be a challenge, not only in trying to be your best on the mat, but constantly, or at least when needed, to have to cut and add weight. Howe seems to have secured him a spot here at 165 for North Dakota State early in the season.
Cutting weight is the not fun part of wrestling, but it's not done near as much as was in the past. We were kind of stupid, to be honest with you. I can remember just dehydrated and starving, and I could have a little to eat and drink, and I had a little Coke and half a Kit Kat, which is of absolutely no nutritional value, but we didn't know back then.
Now, I'll never forget whenever I was in high school, my best friend Mike Pryor was a wrestler, and he would chew fruit stripe gum and spit all day long to make sure he made weight.
Right.
We have advanced past that.
There we go. You'd spit until you couldn't spit.
Carlson gets the escape. He's up 4-zip here early on in the second period. Sooners up 13-3 as a team here at 165, a 4-0 start for Carlson. You mentioned he's not going to stop coming forward on you.
And all that pulling and tugging takes an effect upon you. But need to control it, tie up a little more, and keep those elbows in. He's another guy that gets his arms a little bit long.
Approaching the final minute here of the second period.
For that front headlock dump off that standing front leg. Nice stuttering, nice
fake.
Keeping his opponent off balance.
challenge and the charge from the North Dakota bench. Unsuccessful. More on Carlson, by the way. He had a solid career at Minnesota. He's had a solid career, period. Went 34-28 overall with the Gophers. Last year, started in 5 duels, went 3-2. 2-2 in Big 12.
Nice
duels,
go
Big 10
behind.
duels. And he got a good go behind there.
Yeah, what you're doing there when you keep pressuring the guy and you force him to go backwards is you force him into taking poor shots and then you capitalize on him. So that was real nice.
He's up to a minute of riding time now, too. Final seconds here of the second period with Carlson in complete control.
Yeah, Mr. Howard, his head down there. You got to get your head up on bottom if you're going to get out.
During his junior season in Minnesota, Carlson, 19-17 in his first season as a starter and qualified for the NCAA at 165. He was 7th in that very challenging Big Ten championship in his first conference tournament appearance. He is a seasoned vet.
He is, and not a great one in terms of the success he's had so far, but the right guy to bring in because he's a good kid, he's a hard worker, and he wrestles hard, and that's what you want. That sets the tone that helps create that culture of aggressiveness that Coach Kish is looking for. Notice on top, get a wrist, get a wrist. Tie an opponent up.
20 left. Howes has had some success this year. The North Dakota State redshirt freshman, 2nd overall at 165 in the Bison Open.
Yeah, Cal's kind of broken him a little bit now. His head's increasingly down. He's not moving as much, but that's when a guy pounds on you for a good 6 minutes.
I mean, we're at over 2:11 of riding time, up to 2:15.
Well, we have to make a decision because we've got, well, I guess a few seconds. No, we've got the riding time sealed. Are we going to let him go and take him down again? Or are we going to try and ride him to a major decision?
You see the communication right there, almost on point, Coach. I mean, he has been the definition of imposing his will, has Cael Carlson here.
Yeah, and look at that. He's reaching across the captured arm, but then he keeps his feet driving, keeps that guy's weight forward. Hard to get out when your weight's on your hands.
In position for the majority decision here for the Sooners.
And that's just a tough win right there. He won tough.
Final 20. I mean, this is just an overall gritty, dominating performance. Don't let it get away from you here. Roger Kish claps his hands as he walks down towards the end of the bench.
Real nice job.
Domination. I mean, pure and utter domination from Cael Carlson. 9-0, the majority decision. And the Sooners, as a team, in complete control here. Coach Spates up 17-3.
No, and even the match we lost, for just about 2 periods we were dominant. The guy got that reverse and back points and then was dominant on top himself, but we